Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Night Alive. My name is Reverend Denise Schubert. I am an ordained Science of Mind minister and the spiritual director of the beautiful community and at CSL, Centers for Spiritual Living in Cape Coral, Florida. And this is our weekly opportunity to come together primarily to meditate. We started a meditation service in person on Wednesday evenings, but people in Florida don't really like driving too much at night. So we're now meeting on here for Sunday Night Alive from 6 to 6:30 every Sunday. We have a little bit of a message and then a little bit of meditation with some music, but very wonderful opportunity to come together in kind of a spiritual circle, a Sangha circle, as a Buddhist might call it. So the format is, our topic tonight is the 4 C's of authentic happiness. And the book we are using for our inspiration this entire month at the center is Spiritual Liberation by Dr. Michael Bernard Beckwith, and is by far one of my top 3 books of all time. And if you've never put your hands on it or taken a peek at the book, you really should, because it's so practical and so deep and useful. It's a useful spiritual book for those of us who are on this path. So before we take a deep dive into that, let me do just the housekeeping pieces, also bookkeeping pieces. The Center for Spiritual Living does sponsor this, and if you would like to support the center or support Sunday Night Alive, you can do that through your donations or your tithes or your gifts. You can do that at our website, of course, which is cslcapecoral.org, or you can also do text to give, which is by far the easiest way to give, in that you just do this number 239-320-3820. The first time you do it, you have to put in your personal information so that it knows where to pull money from, whether a credit card or your bank account. And then after that, all you need to do is text to that number the amount followed by SNA for Sunday Night Alive, and it will get to the right place and the right people. Or if you've been with me for a while, since I've been streaming online since COVID, you can also continue doing that through PayPal or Zelle to revdschubert@gmail.com. So with that out of the way, let us take a moment to bless our time tonight. So take a deep breath wherever you are, whatever you've been doing for this beautiful Sunday before you got here. I was at church this morning and it was glorious. The same topic, though I did not cover the 4 C's of authentic communication. So this is new material from the book. It's very good. And obviously we only have 15 minutes, so we can't take a deep dive, but we can touch the essentials, and then you can research it more on your own if it appeals to you. So let's just take a breath as I call forth Spirit to join us here, or for us actually to join Spirit here, because the Spirit, the infinite, is always present. And so as we take a deep breath, I simply just invite us to close our outer eyes for a moment. Doing so allows us to disconnect for a brief period from people, places, situations, circumstances, anything that's heavy on our heart, anything we're fretting about, any problems, we just simply get present inside our being, which is occupied by the presence of Spirit, that we are the presence of Spirit, and therefore everything that we need is with us right at this moment. And so I know that we are connected one to another through and by this power and this presence that I call God, but you can call by any name you like. And that through this connection, I bless our time, knowing that it is good, knowing that it is grand, and knowing that it is glorious, and knowing that there's something here for each and every one of us. And so open your hearts, open your minds, become loving and receptive, and let's see what good we can create here tonight. And so for that and more, we give thanks. We let it be, and so it is. Amen. So the backdrop is authentic happiness is something that's within you and not something that we get. So it's something that's inherent. It comes with the package, and that we're trained really to go get it, to go find happiness, whether that's through jobs, whether that's through relationships, whether that's through money, whether that's through good health. And we want to remind ourselves always that it's something that we project and something not that we gather up. So these 4 C's of authentic happiness are just ways that Dr. Michael reminds us that we can pay attention to and cultivate our, what he calls soulware. So he did make a very big distinction between software and soulware. And he said software is our personality. It's the programming we've taken on since we were born. And that soulware is that which came with us, much like we've talked in the past, much like the butterfly was already in the caterpillar, the oak tree is already in the acorn, and that your happiness is already within you. So the first C, he calls conversation, vibrational heaven or hell. So the invitation in this first C is to see what comes out of your mouth when you talk to people. You know, when we're with people, whether that's our intimate relations or our friends or our co-workers, you know, people around the water cooler, like, are we creating a vibration of happiness or a vibration of unhappiness? Are the things we say to ourselves kind and true and real, or are we unkind and uncompassionate towards ourselves and others? So he says, conversation sets the tone and vibration of our inner state. Now, this may sound, you know, I think oftentimes we have conversations kind of out of habit with people. Like, we have those people that we get together and we talk politics. We have those people and we get together with them and we gossip about other people. And on our spiritual path, we should stop doing that. We should start recognizing that even as inconsequential as it may seem, the conversation with the store clerk or the kiss goodbye with your child, our words convey a vibration. And so the first C is check your conversations. Are you creating heaven for yourself and others, or are you creating hell? I know it sounds a little dramatic, doesn't it? The second C he calls company, keeping it holy. So he says, when you create a friend, you are biting off a piece of your own destiny. So are we hanging out with people, investing in people who contribute something to our well-being, and you create something to their well-being? Are we with people out of mutual respect and admiration? Are we seeing the truth about each other? You know, the Sangha is a word that the Buddha in Buddhism for the spiritual community, which, as those of you who know me, the Buddha said community is one of the jewels of existence, spiritual community, because we find ourselves around like-hearted people and who we strive to see the best in and who strive to see the best in us. And so unkindness or the lack of compassion is not present in these communities. And if it does show up, it doesn't last very long, because everybody is looking for making the way easy for each and every one of us as we navigate our destiny, as we navigate our spiritual path. So take a look at the company you're keeping and just see if it needs to be elevated. Just see if it's serving your soul or if you're serving their soul. So conversation and company, very two big areas of our living, right? And we really should pay attention to them and pull them into congruence and integrity with what we say we're about or what we say we're wanting to be about. So conversation and company. The third one is challenges. In his point, his point in this particular one has to do with our seemingly wanting to avoid challenges or to sweep them under the rug or to think they're not good. And he's saying and we should look for ourselves. Is that really true? Where do you think you would be at this point in your life without the challenges that you've had? Is it not true that our challenges challenge us to grow, to become softer, to become more open, to become more accepting? So rather than avoid them, or rather than to speak about them as if they shouldn't be here, to actually make the challenges in our life our friends. So if you're moving through something yourself right now, see if you have a lot of resistant energy towards it. Like you don't want to talk about it, you don't want to think about it, you don't want to deal with it because it's stretching you, like it's hurtful a little, or it makes you anxious a little or uncomfortable. And see if rather than that energy, see if you can make friends with them. Can you make friends with the challenges in your life? And Dr. Michael said, we spend so much energy trying to eliminate our problems, trying to eliminate our challenges, where we really just need to embrace them, because non-resistance, when you press up against something, it presses back. Werner Erhard said once, if you can let something be, it can let you be. If you cannot let it be, it will not let you be. So we need to see if we can soften around those things that we consider to be challenges. And then the fourth C, which is really more important, probably one of the most important, is commitment. And it really doesn't matter what your endeavor is in life. Without commitment, you're not going to get very far. I ran a marathon in 1983, and I think I was 32 years old. I was a little bit overweight. I was smoking still. And I agreed to run a marathon for the Hunger Project. And I'd never run before, but I agreed to do it. And I learned very quickly, and it was a challenge because if you've ever running a mile is hard, much less 26.2 miles. But I discovered very quickly that without commitment, I was never going to be able to do it. That commitment was the only thing that was going to allow me to make good on my word to do it. Because without the practice of running, there's no way you can get out and run 26.2 miles. So even though that was really before my spiritual awakening, it was such a good teacher for me, because it was like how I felt was irrelevant to my getting out in the morning and running for a mile or two. Who cared that, oh, I don't feel like it today, I had too much wine last night, I don't want to get up and run. If you're really committed to the things you care about, how you feel becomes secondary. I love what he said in his book. He said, the inspiration of words is easier than the perspiration of practice. The inspiration of words is easier than the perspiration of practice. So it is with our spiritual practices, that if you are serious about coming out of the doom and gloom and fear and worry and loss and doubt of this world, and to live from your space of authentic happiness, authentic peace, authentic joy, authentic love, you have got to do your spiritual practice. I've got to do the spiritual practice, every one of us, because otherwise you get caught up in the trap that this world is. So these practices, of course, are meditation, prayer, journaling, your spiritual community, tithing, forgiveness, all of these things. So these wise commitments do not bind us, they actually set us free. So when we are committed, another aspect comes into play here, which is grace. So I don't know why it has to be this way, but it seems to have to be this way, which is that in order to embrace our spiritual identity, we need to turn towards God or turn towards spirit, we need to say yes. And when we say yes, God says yes. So grace is this amazing thing that happens to one who is committed that doesn't require us to do anything, that sometimes it just swoops in and carries us, which is not really available to those who are not engaged in their practice. So that is those are the 4 C's: company, conversation, challenges, and commitment. So this week, we're going to move into meditation now, but this week, just see if you can pay attention to those 4 things and notice what you notice. Become aware of what you become aware of. Yes? And get Michael's book. You know, it's a wonderful book. It's an easy read. Every chapter has an affirmation. Every chapter has a full affirmative prayer in it. And it's just actually just a lovely, lovely piece of work to have in your library. So we're going to move into meditation. This is going to be our thought to take into meditation. We're going to be there for about, I think about 12 minutes. I amplify my awareness of my company, my conversation, my challenges, and my commitment. I live in the essence of my joy. So I'm going to meditate with you. I'm going to put some music on in the background. I'm not going to talk while we're meditating. So just simply be present. I can't see you. You can see me, but I can't see you. Some meditation's hard for some people at first, especially. So if your mind wanders, just come back to and look at our affirmation. I amplify my awareness of my company, my conversation, my challenges, and my commitment. And then after our time, I will lower the music and then come out and do a closing prayer. Now, you might have to adjust the volume for the music. I do it how it sounds good to me, but you might need to adjust it. So if so, please do. All right, so get ready to begin to turn within. You know, once again, inviting the closing of the outer eyes so that you can simply be present to your inner self, your inner spirit, your inner essence. You can open your inner eyes, and you're gazing. When you open your inner eyes, you begin to gaze into a space and a dimension within you that is whole and perfect. It's pure perfection. There's nothing missing inside. And so all of these practices we do for the purpose of allowing us to begin to live from the inside out. So rather than trying to get something from the world, we actually begin to give something to the world. And so our music tonight is going to be Bija. So just join me in this wonderful time of meditation. Oh, and so taking a deep breath, just slowly bring yourself back, but stay soft for a moment. Just notice how meditation lands on your body, how good it is to calm your central nervous system, how calming it is to let the world be the world without you for just a few minutes. And so taking a breath together and to speak a word to end our time today on Sunday Night Alive by simply giving thanks for the opportunity to be in a Sangha circle, to be with like-hearted people, to see each other as whole and perfect and complete, and to know that through our awareness and our consciousness that we can evolve into better, stronger, more loving, more kind human beings. And that our doing so not only contributes to the quality of our own lives, but it does contribute to creating a world that can work for all. And so this week, I see you peaceful. I see you calm. I see you prosperous in every area of your living. I see you letting go of things you don't need and bringing forth the commitment that you do need to bring your good, your goodness, to bring all of that which is inside you by divine right, inheritance, outside, so that you become a beneficial presence on the planet wherever you are. And so for being together tonight for these few special moments, we're grateful. We let this be, and we let it be together by saying, and so it is. All right, my darlings, that is a wrap for our Sunday Night Alive for this beautiful July 26th. I'll be back next week for another Sunday Night Alive at 6 p.m. In the meantime,